To start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash, coming at you with another lesson, man, in hopes to edify the lost sheep through the Spirit. You know what I mean? Title of this one, Esau's Perpetual Hatred for Jake, which is Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans and Hispanics, man, right? A lot of our people, have no clue, when it comes to knowing who the enemy is, man. And we work for him, and we pass by him, we in his face, damn near every day, right? So hopefully, I can edify, those who don't know, by bringing out some scriptures here today, man. But before I get into any scriptures, I'm gonna play this video, man, just to show you, this is just one example, and I can put up many more different examples, of how Esau, has a perpetual hatred, for Jake, man, for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, like I said, right? Getting shot with our hands up, and them getting, the charge of not guilty, jacking up, all kind of prices on the things that we got to pay, putting us in debt, all kind of things, man, that just goes to show you that, these people have no love for us, man, But without further ado, let's get into it, man.
All right, peeps, I'm listening to the news and I have to laugh. President Trump tweeted, why are all these people coming here from their shit countries? I freaking love it. I love this man. Oh my God. And you're going to tell me how many, we've all said it, we've all thought it, you say it among your family, your friends, and he just freaking comes right out and says it. I love this man. He is freaking awesome. He is great. And he's right. Why are they all coming here? They're not assimilating into our country. Why are they coming here? Stay in your little shithole countries. Stay there. We don't want you here. What are you bringing to this country? Nothing. Absolutely nothing you're bringing to this country. I love it. I just have to laugh. I'm sorry, guys. He is the freaking bomb. He is the best. Love this man. Because look, he's saying what we all think, what we all say, and so on and so forth. It's just awesome. It's so refreshing to have a president like this. Just say what you gotta say. What do you got to lose? Just say what you got to say. Because let me tell you, more than half of this country is all thinking the exact same thing. Stay where you are. Why? Why come here? You don't assimilate to this country. You're not bringing anything. You're not. It's just. I love him. I freaking love him. And all the Democrats are up in arms. Everybody's going crazy. He said that. Oh, well, then that kind of suck. Truth hurts, doesn't it? All right, peeps. That's all I got right now. Because I love it. I just freaking love it.
She's right. The truth does hurt. The truth of the word, man. The word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. Like I was saying, right? These people, man, these devils have a perpetual hatred, means, an everlasting, never ending, hatred towards, the children of Israel, man, which are the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. We've been called a byword, just like the scriptures, prophesied that we would by all the other nations, man. Being called niggas, coons, sambos, wetbacks, all kind of things, man. Our people have endured, all these things from these other nations, man. They have came together, to put the children of Israel down, man. Right? And Esau's hatred, for Jacob have been since the beginning, man. Let's dive right into the scriptures, man. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Right? So, Isaac being our forefather, his wife was, pregnant. Right? So let's move on. And the children struggled together within her. So she was having twins, right? Let's read on. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Right? So, that's a miraculous thing, man. For two different, nations to be born in the same womb, man. That's two different types of people, born out of the same womb, right? Let's read on, man. And the two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger, right? And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the womb. Right? Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they call his name Esau, right? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare them, right? Verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Now, if you look around today, man, who likes to hunt and go in the wilderness and kill all these animals and bring them back, and the so-called white man, right? Let's get that again. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, but he did eat of his venison. So like it, because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. Verse 29, and Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Right? And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Right? So Esau is Edom, right? Verse 31, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Right? Because the birthright, goes to the firstborn. Right? The firstborn son, man. And with that birthright, you get all the inheritance, and everything, passed down from the father. So let's read on to verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So Esau didn't see any benefit, of that birthright in that moment because he was so hungry. Let's read on. And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Right? Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Right? So Esau sold Jacob his birthright, man. And once you sell that, you can't get it back, right? Right. Let's go on the book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right? Because this goes all back to when he sold his birthright, man. Right? So when he sold his birthright, he gave away, his I'm not gonna say obligation. He gave away, his inheritance, man. His chance to inherit the things of his father, man. Because his father was getting ready to pass away, right? So this is a reason why Esau have always had a perpetual hatred for Jacob, man. Right? But, it's like it is today, how we see men getting shot, our men in particular, getting shot with their hands up, how we get called nigga, all these names, and just how we get discriminated against, man, is nothing new, right? It's just something in these devils, man, the so-called white man, that has been from the beginning, man. And just like we can read in the scriptures, is nothing new, man. This is nothing new. Let's get that in the book of Ecclesiasticus, Salakia, Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is nothing new under the sun, right? Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. So there's nothing new, under the sun, man, just like it said. So that's why the hatred of Esau has been perpetual, man, because it's been since the beginning, right? Let's move forward, man. And, with that perpetual hatred, they exercise a lot of things in this country, man. Discrimination, being able to tell us, yay or nay, on these jobs, man. Not hiring just because, how we look, who we are, right? Being counted disqualified for no reason, but because of who we are. They have been given this power to do so, man, because, Job 9:24 says the earth has been given to the hands of the wicked, for our punishment, man. The world was made for our sakes, but, because we chose not to obey, the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he gave his word over, to the wicked, man. If you look around, it's not hard to tell who owns the earth, man. Right? Esau, man, the so-called white man. So with him in ownership of the land, he has room to exercise his wickedness, man, in each and every way that he wants to, man. And discrimination is definitely at the top of the list, man. Especially with him knowing, who Jake is, man, who Jacob is, Israel, right? The 12 tribes, man, the children of the Most High, the seed of the promises, right? They know who we are, man, but we don't, man. We don't even consider to find out, We may hear this word, man, and keep it moving. This how people is, man. Meanwhile, the whole time, why, these so-called white people, walking past you, in the streets and stuff, knowing who you are and laughing at you because you got your pants, sagging all off your ass, or you got these different color weaves in your hair, man, with skin-tight clothes on, We have become a shaking of the head to the other nations, man, because they know that we're supposed to be in rulership. We're supposed to be on top of society. We're supposed to be on top of everything, man. But because we chose, every way but the ways of the Most High and the ways that he showed us in the ways that he told us to walk in, this is a result of not doing those things, which is being on the bottom, in every society, every place that you go to, man. Being up under these curses, being in subjection to these other nations, still being modern day slaves, man, to these other nations, right? So with them knowing who you are and to see you act in such a way, that's disgraceful, it's an astonishment, man, right? But let's read on to the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 2. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, right? It's not talking about a literal mountain. It's talking about, a nation of people, from that region, right? And let's find out who that is, man. It says Mount Seir, Edom, and Esau. Mount Seir is located in Edom, right? Region southeast of the Salt Sea, now part of Saudi Arabia, right? That's where you'll get some people saying that the Arabs is Esau, But you have to go into the maps and go into the, scriptures more and study more, man. A lot of people that say that are just rejects anyways, man. First Thessalonians 5:21 say prove all things, you know. And I can prove to you that, Esau is a so-called white man. But let's move on, man. Edom was settled by Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, right? This land was promised to them by Yahweh, who the world calls God, right? So Genesis 36:8, let's get that. This is the book of Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8, and it says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir, right? Esau is Edom. Just like how we just read, Mount Seir is in Edom, which is occupied by Esau, right? These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir, right? So let's go back. Now that we know who Mount Seir is, which is Esau, right? So the Most High said, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, right? And say unto it, thus said the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, right? I will lay the cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, right? So the Lord saying, I'm gonna repay you back for the way that you, slaughtered the children of Israel, for the way that you came against the children of Israel, for the way that you pursued the children of Israel, for all these things that you have done to my children. You're gonna get repaid back for it, man. Right? Let's get that again. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I. Let's read 6 again, man. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sin, which is another word for since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? They didn't hate blood; they loved bloodshed, man. Whipping out people in slavery, cutting the wounds open. I mean, cutting the stomachs open of the women that was pregnant, with child. And snatching the babies out, feeding the babies to the alligators, dashing the babies up against the stones. Setting up carnivals and circuses and stuff where they, had games like hit the nigger baby, where they hit the baby, with a baseball. Thou has not hated blood, man. Esau has loved blood. Especially the blood of our people, man. So-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. Let's read on to verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. Means without life, man. Flat. Unable to, inhabit, man. Verse 7 again. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it. So like it cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Right? So the Lord is gonna repay, the iniquities and the sins. Well, not the sins, because only Israel can sin, because we were the only ones given the law. But for the bloodshed, of the Hebrews, man, by the hand of the so-called white man, it's gonna be repaid unto them, man. The Lord ain't gonna forget that, right? The Lord haven't forgot that, man. Right? And let's go on further to further prove that, man. This the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. So he has not forgotten, man. There's still punishment coming, for the so-called white man. Right? Salaki. Let's read that from the top again. The book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. For 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Right? We just read earlier where, Jacob was his brother, Israel, us, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Right? And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. That's what perpetual is, man. A forever hatred. A hatred forever, man. An everlasting, hatred. Right. So the Lord has not, forgotten, the hatred for Jacob, man, from Esau. And definitely with them being prideful, man, Most High is gonna destroy them, man. And you got this devil, in this video, man. She just laughing it up, man. Saying that the truth hurt. Yeah, it damn sure does, man. But little does she know, what truth is gonna hurt the most, right? Let's get the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 25. It's one of my favorite scriptures. And it reads, woe unto you that are full, right? Because she's full of herself, man. She's sitting up making coffee, probably at work, probably had this discussion, like she said, amongst her family, amongst her friends, but not really to the public, until Trump, made her feel comfortable to be able to share her views, with the rest of the world, right? And you got these devils that think just like that, man. A lot of these devils didn't feel comfortable enough sharing their thoughts and their opinions, about the other races until Trump, came in this thing, man. Until Trump was president, right? So Trump opened up, the gate, so to speak, for those to be racist, and feel comfortable about it, not feel guilty about it, right? So let's get at it again from the top, man. Luke 6 and 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now. Because she laughing it up, man. She's full of herself, laughing it up, talking about the Hispanics. She's asking, what good things do you have to bring to this country? Well, what things do, y'all bring to the country, man? Rape, robbery, and murder? Because that's all y'all have been known for, man. Right? But not put in the spotlight for it. Right? But we know. And the world is starting to wake up, man, to realize who the devil really is, man. And who the antagonist really is in this world, man. And that's Esau, man. Edom, the so-called white man. Right? The world is no longer, docile and sleep, to the truth, man. This world is starting to wake up. Even those that are not, Israelites and that's fully in this truth, you even got some Edomites that are waking up and realizing that, their own kind, is wicked, man. Look how the government is doing everybody, right? Even Esau is going to be against Esau, man. Right? But like I said, man, the pride of these devils, man, it deceives them, man. Right? It allows them to believe that they're superior than everybody else, on the earth, man. When Deuteronomy 7 and 6, tells, Israel, that they are above all people, right? But at the moment, in this society, we're not, because we're still under these curses, man. But we waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, to uplift us as a nation, you know what I'm saying, so we can retake the kingdom, man. So we can show these heathens, what's funny, man. So we can break their pride in pieces, man. These are the children of pride, man. Let's get the book of Obadiah, right? Let's start at verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Right? The Lord goes on, in multiple books, in these scriptures, man, telling you that he hates Edom. He hates Esau. Romans 9 and 13. Right? Malachi 1 and 4. Right? But let's get that again. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Because these are some prideful demons, man. These devils are the most prideful beings there are, man. You can walk around and see it on their faces, man. Like they have no worry in the world. But they're gonna shit bricks when that sky crack open, man. Cause first of all, they're gonna see that the Messiah's been, so-called black man this whole time, right? And the people that look like him have been the ones that have been victimized of they discrimination, they slurs, they bywords, and we have been looked down upon, by these demons, man. So let's get that again. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? Because these devils ain't nothing but cave beasts, man. They originate from the mountains, man. The Caucasus Mountains, man. Right? Caucasian mean nothing but, cave dweller. Right? They are the original Neanderthals, man. Look up the Neanderthals. And they want to give our people evolution to believe in, trying to make us believe that we evolved from monkeys, man. When the so-called white man have more genes that are identical to the monkey than we do, man. Right? Let's get that again, man. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? Because they put themselves up on the pedestal. Verse 4 goes on to show you that. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. As the what? As the eagle. What's on the back of a paper dollar? The eagle. What have all the rulerships, you know what I'm saying? Roman, all them, they logo have been the eagle, man. Because they like to see themselves, as above everybody else, man. They exalt themselves. They put themselves on high above everyone else. Right? Let's read on. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. Right? Most I said, since they put themselves up above everyone else, I'm going to bring them down, man, and break their pride. Right? Let's go down to verse 10. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. No, for a little while, forever. For some time, forever. Right? Verse 11, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Right? Even though it was as one of them. But thou shouldst not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Right? So these devils, you know what I'm saying, they took it amongst themselves to be joyful and cheerful, while we were in captivity, man. Right? They were happy as hell that the children of Israel, went into captivity, man. That is pride beyond, you know what I'm saying, understanding, man. Let's read on to verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Right? The day of distress, the day, of troubles, the days of tribulation, for the Israelites. Right? Yeah. Thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Right? Verse 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Right? Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Right? So when we was fleeing from Roman persecution, man, and some of those people that got away, even before then, like what it says, man, they stood in the way, in the crossway, man, of our people escaping. Right? Got them rounded up, man. You know. So these devils, man, they rejoiced over us as we fell. They rejoiced when we, came into tribulation and distress. When we fell to the bottom, man. Like I said, or like the scriptures say, man, the Lord said, you should have not done these things, man. You pissed the Most High off when you did these things, Esau. Right? Let's go down to verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it should be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Right? What one reapeth, so shall he sow. Right? A lot of you believe in karma. But the whole time, man, is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's in control, man. He's the one that's making things, come upon, people to repay them, man. Not some, universal, you know what I'm saying, thing that you call karma. It's the Lord, man. And the Lord said he has a big payback coming back for these heathens, man, because of their pride. Right? Because they did all these wicked things to hinder the nation of Israel back from, succeeding as a people. Is going to be returned to them, man. Because thou had held us to the ground, had their foot in our neck, laughed at us while we was, on the ground, and kicked us while we was on the ground, and didn't reach out a hand to help us up. They're gonna have to pay for that, man. Right. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Right. Verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee. Right? Reprove means to correct, right? So I will correct thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So Most High say, okay, I've been quiet about it this whole time, but that don't mean that my eyes are not still upon y'all, and that I'm not still gonna repay y'all back for what y'all been doing. Right? To sum it up. So these devils, they speak evil from their tongue, even towards their own brother, man, which is us, Israel, Jacob. The 12 tribes, man. Right? They have nothing good to say, man. When they see you in the street, you think they got anything good to say about you, right? And that's just all part of the the countenance, man, that they have and that they share with each other, man. They share the same spirit, man. Right? Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3. Right? Because they have taken crafty counsel, man. They have made secret, agreements and plans and came together, to come against us, man, to come against our people, to keep us on the bottom, man. Right? They talk about us behind our back when we don't even be worried about them, man. I'm pretty sure somewhere, right about now, it's a round table meeting, going on about how to keep the Negroes, on the bottom, how to keep the Negroes docile, right? That's crafty counsel, man, that these devils take, against our people, man. Right? What kind of government, assistance can we come up with now to keep them dependent, on us? These are crafty counsels, man, that these people, take against the children of Israel, man. Let's get it, though. Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The hidden ones being those 12 tribes, man, the lost tribes, man. But we found now. We're coming back, man. And that's what these devils are fearing. These devils have no idea, how the information have gotten into our hands, when they spent, over billions of dollars, to keep this information away from us, man. Paying these rappers millions of dollars, to promote adultery and fornicating, stealing, all the things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, said not to do, man, and not to even talk about. Right? And all this has been done at the hand, of Edom, man. Right? So let's get that again. Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Right? They are together against us, man. And I gave you some examples of what crafty counsel is, man. Child support. They sat down at a round table and came up with that, man. That's taking crafty counsel, man, to hinder us back, as a people, man. Right. And like the scriptures continue to say, man, the Lord's eyes have not failed from seeing these things, man. The Lord's eyes are upon all that Esau does, man, killing us, with our hands up, running up in our homes and killing us, and then they go to the courts, where everybody in the courtroom looks like them, and they getting held not guilty, right? See, man, this is really the devil that the Bible speak of, man. And our people, fail to see it. Our people fail to want to wake up and realize who the devil is, man. Because a lot of them are in bed with him, right? But hey, man, You're going to have to find out the hard way, man. You're going to have to find out. Yahweh said to separate from him, man. You're going to have to find out the hard way that the Most High said, never trust thine enemy, man. Right? Let's get the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 18. Because, as we know that these devils got a perpetual hatred for us, we know that they hate the Most High, man. If you hate the children of the Most High, like, how are you going to love, their God? Because he's only the God of the Israelites, man. Right? He only loves the Israelites, man. Yeah, he made everybody on the earth, but he has a chosen seed. This is hard for a lot of people to deal with, man. This is hard, especially Christians. And you 2/3, you're not gonna get it. If the spirit of truth is not dealing with you, and if it's not meant for you to receive this word, first of all, the Most High has to choose you, man. He has to open your heart up to be able to receive these things, man, in order for you to understand, these lessons, understand what the brothers on the street corner is bringing out, man, and to actually grasp it, man. The Most High has to put that spirit of understanding and truth, in you, which the whole world cannot receive, man. Right? But let's move on. This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Right? This is Yahweh speaking, man. Because Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he was perfect, man. But the people, in the world still hated him, man. They lied on him, called him this, called him that, said they was doing this, said they was doing that. Got spit at. And he was a perfect man. He just hated evil. And he spoke against evil. Right? So he's saying, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Right? So we came into this thing, fresh. But, at the beginning, that was one of the first things that we learned, coming into this truth, man, is that we was going to be hated, by our own people. And we know if we're going to get hated by our own people, we're going to be hated of the other nations. Right? Because that's one thing that you deal with first coming into the truth. Having to separate yourself from the old ways and the old people you used to hang out with. So you start to see that hatred build up, even from your own family, man. So that's nothing. Right? Let's move on to verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Right? Verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Now that goes into, the prophets, being hated by the people. But we know if they hate the regular ongoing, everyday going so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, we know damn well for a fact they're going to hate the prophets, that's out here speaking against them, speaking against this kingdom, against this rulership. We know for a fact they're going to hate us with times 10. Right? Let's read on to verse 21. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, right? Because they know not him that sent me, right? Which is Yahweh. They don't know Yahweh, right? So this is the reason why they do these things, and they mock and they scoff against the children of Israel, and they talk down, and discriminate against the children of Israel. Now that goes hand in hand. The elites and the global bankers, who the world calls the Illuminati, they know the truth, man. And the reason that they hate us is because that we are the children of Israel, man. So your lower level, Edomites, everyday going Christian, Catholic, uh Edomites, man, they have no clue, but they still feel the same way they do as Trump, when it comes to immigration, so-called immigration. If you wanna be truthful, man, you so-called white people are the biggest immigrants, you know what I'm saying, and illegal aliens there are, man. How can you call yourselves right and righteous Christians when you bogarting and holding people captive and overtaking their lands and the people and you know what I'm saying, oppressing their heritage, taking their heritage away, man? How can you call yourself much more better than, the people that have every right to be here, man, which are the so-called Hispanics, right? But that just goes to show, man, the Most High doesn't deal with, everybody on this earth, man. Everybody cannot be the children of the Most High. His children are Jacob, man, Israel. Those 12 tribes, man. The so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. All right. Verse 20, that's what I was looking for. Verse 20, I don't know why the tool's up there. So like you. Let's get that again. Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, Israel, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Right? See, that's why they can pick and scoff and mock and laugh and discriminate against, the children of Israel, is because they don't know the true God of the Bible, man. They don't know the true power of the Bible. They know Jesus Christ, man. Right? Says your boy Jim, man. This image of this white Jesus, man, that's who they know. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 19. Right? O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity and things wherein there is no profit. Right? Let's get that again and break it down, man. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. Right? The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Right? So when these other nations start seeing shit pop off, which is going to be soon, man, and they're going to see the things that the Israelites, the true men of the Lord, the true Christians, have been prophesying about, saying this is going to happen, that's going to happen. They're going to start to wake up and realize, damn, these guys who we called niggas and we laughed at them, they were right, man. The things that they said would come to pass are coming to pass, man. And when we were in Catholic church, they didn't teach any of us, us any of these things, man. These are what the other nations gonna say, man. They're gonna realize that everything that they have been told has been a lie. From their parents, from their Catholic churches, they pastors, those who believed in atheism, those who believed in astrology, right? And all these other things, but Yahweh Shemi Awashai, they're gonna realize have been a whole lie, man. All their life, man, they whole life has been a lie. Right? So let's get that again from the top. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge. In the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit, because there has been no profit in nothing that doesn't prophesy, man. There is no other book, no Book of Mormon, the Quran, none of those other doctrines of any sort that prophesies, man. The Holy Bible, the KJV, is the only book, that prophesies, man. Things that were forewritten and foretold are still coming true to this day, man. Are unfolding and still have yet to unfold, man. Right? So we know this the truth, man. The ones that can open up their mouth and say the Bible was written by a white man have not done any deep studying, man. They just regurgitating what somebody else heard, or they just, spiritually blinded, man, or spiritually destroyed, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai got him exactly where he wanted to be at, man. Because everybody can't receive this truth, man. It's not for everybody, right? It's only for the elect, man. It's only for the elect, man. And these other nations are gonna wake up and realize, if they haven't already, who we are, man. And that's gonna turn them off, man, from even believing in the Most High. Because you got a lot of them as Christians, but just like I said, man, they got the image of the white Jesus in their church, right? But just like the scriptures say, man, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Once that sky crack open, man, you're not going to have no choice but to, confess. Look at this
Oh,
man.
well, then that kind of suck. Truth hurts, doesn't it? All right, peeps.
Yeah, the truth does hurt, man. And let's get some more of the truth, man. Right here in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, we're going to start at verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, right? The righteous man are those who've been keeping the commandments, man. Those who kept the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the end, man. Right? Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, which are all the other nations, man. With that number one ruling nation, Esau. And made no account of his labors, right? It don't matter how hard we worked, no matter how much we put in to this country and at these jobs, we always overlook, man. Our efforts always go unaccounted, The 13th Amendment still say that we 3/5 of a human being, man. So these are our labors being unaccounted, man. Right? We built this nation and you calling us 3/5 of a human? Right? Let's get that again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And this may be a little higher than some of the people that's just now coming into the truth, or some of the people that just started watching the channel. But our salvation is going to be, so far beyond than what, everyone looked for, even our own people. Right? Because those things that they call, the so-called UFOs, those are the chariots, man. Those are the vehicles of the Most High driven by angels, right? And that's going to be our salvation, man. Those who kept the truth and those who, kept the faith in his truth and in his walk, kept the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and endured until the end, kept the commandments, to the best of their ability and pushed for perfection, throughout their walk. Those are going to be the ones, hopeful, beamed up in those chariots in the midst of the madness, man, right before those missiles getting ready to hit, So let's get that again. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, because now they have no idea what they are. We got some people that think they aliens, and it's just an all out uproar about the sightings of these chariots, man. Who the government calls UFOs. How is it that the government knows what everything under the sun is, except these things, man. When they specialize in aircraft and satellites and all these things, they're IFOs, man, because they are identified flying objects. And the same government that tell you that they don't know what they are, they know exactly what they are, man. They're just terrified of them. So now they're coming up with plans and all kind of strategies with the Air Force and airstrike on how to go against these things when it's time to come, because the elites, they know the scriptures, man. They know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is gonna send his son, man, to mess this place up, man. And he's coming back with those chariots, man. Right? Let's get Isaiah 66 and 15 real quick. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his angry with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Right? So those chariots are those UFOs, man, those so-called UFOs, man. Right? And a lot of people have been citing these things more than ever now. These chariots are showing out on purpose, man. Right? They're showing themselves, man. They're showing out because it's almost that time, man. And soon as Yahweh, gives the green light and say go, these chariots, the sky's going to be filled with these chariots, man. Shooting out, thermonuclear fire, man. Concentrated laser beam fire. To set this place on fire, man. The lake of fire is going to be caused by the concentrated, laser from the chariots, man. Hell is going to be on earth, man, literally. Right? Let's get Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2 again. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he, whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. Right? We called him nigger, spick, coon, and this is what he gets. This is his power. How is it so? Right? Like them fools in Dragon Ball Z say impossible. Right? They're gonna be in derision, man. They're gonna be baffled. Right? That's why I say they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They're not gonna know what to expect if this is happening. The people that they've been, belittling and discriminated against is being saved in such a way, man, a glorious way. So far beyond what they would ever imagine, even in their wildest dreams, man. Right? Let's get verse 3 again. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness. Right? They accounted our life's madness. They accounted the Hispanics' life's madness, saying they need to go back to their country. We need to build a wall to keep her from over here. They don't contribute to anything. They don't contribute anything to this country, right? Let's get it again. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. See, they think we going out like suckers, man. That we gonna end up killing each other off, and just not having anything, about ourselves that makes us important, and that's gonna leave a mark in this world when we leave it, right? So they expected our end to be without honor, right? Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? How is it so that he's walking with the Lord? When the whole time they thought the Lord was white. They thought he was coming back on white horses and all kind of, fairy tale shit, man. that this Christianity church is teaching, and what these other nations teach, man, in their churches, right? Verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, right? Because like I said, the spirit of truth, the world cannot receive that, man. Right? And truth is the righteousness. Right? And the Son of righteousness rose not upon us. Right? So they didn't receive that, man. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Right? They have not known the Lord, man. And that's exactly why they treat the children of Israel like this, man. The seed, of the promises, man. The sons of the living God, the sons and daughters and children of the living God, man. Verse 8, what have pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? Right? They got their Louis Vuitton purses, and, all I can think about is that devil on that video we just watched, man. Sitting up there stirring a coffee and, you know what I'm saying, just prideful, man. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting, man. But we know what's in the end for him, man. So we don't pay that no mind, man. We laugh at it. And it gives us more motivation to go harder in this truth, man. And to push the word, so it can reach these four corners, and it can reach every nation, man. So we can see that smile on their face turn upside down, man. That's all for this lesson, man. Hopefully it's been edifying. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.